Did Central Cee accidentally start the UK's version of Drake vs Kendrick? In case you missed it, Central Cee dropped his debut album, Can't Rush Greatness, last night. And within the first two songs, he was already dissing fellow UK rapper Aitch. Within the second song, Central Cee said, "I feel like a fool when I go to the Brits and they give the award to a guy called Aitch." Aitch obviously didn't take very lightly to this, and within 12 hours, wrote, recorded, and released a diss track response. And let me tell you, this diss track is unbelievable. So we are going to go through the lyrics, and I'm going to explain what each of them mean to you.
Influencers, they ain't contenders, jump in the booth for something to do. Took the Brit straight back to the ends and a little bit of bush got put in a zoo. Roll round with all of your helpers looking like elves, it's funny and true. You got more money than all of your elders, lucky for me, I'm younger than you. Yo, unks.
Okay, a lot to unpack in the first 15 seconds, but to begin with, it's the clip of Declan Rice, Arsenal footballer, handing the award to Aitch, the same thing that was referenced in the Central Cee track. Aitch calls him an influencer instead of a rapper, and instead talks about how he took the Brit Award home, and instead of making it a big deal, it was just another day for him, and he ended up smoking just a little bit of Central Cee's ends, Shepherd's Bush in the process. He references the Yes Men in Central Cee's crew, but also flips this into a bar that Central Cee said in the previous song about how he has more money than everybody in his entourage.
We can go bar for bar, Brit for Brit, punch for punch. All your songs get wrote by Clint. In the booth, one mic, two cunts. Get dissed off a guy named Oakley. Wait 2 seconds, let me light this blunt. Yeah.
Okay, that bit was timed with an absolutely filthy drop, but let's unpack it. First, there's the obvious bar for bar thing, which is definitely a play on the Band for Band song that Central Cee took over the summer with. But for those of you not from the UK, you're probably wondering who this Clint guy is. Clint419 is the founder of his own fashion brand Cortez, and has had a lot of a say in helping Central Cee get his image up, especially in the last year and a half. Aitch is referencing the so-called influencer that he was talking about earlier, and saying a different influencer is the one that writes his stuff. And if they're both in the booth dissing Aitch, they can both get the smoke. He then caps off the bar by name-dropping Central Cee by his government name Oakley, but saying it in the same way that K-Flock made famous in all of his diss tracks, especially when talking about smoking his ops.
Grab the mic, I dare you to come. I ain't scared of a man with his hair in a bun. Pussy, oh, you ain't airing a gun. Daddy's home now, bitch, just bear with me, son. Little boy's just there to be spun. Getting mad at the Brits, there's bare to be won. I can't wait for your show on the ends. #1 fan, I'll be there till it's done.
So Aitch goes into dissing Central Cee for what he once looked like 6 years ago with a crazy man bun. Very similar angle to what Eminem did with MGK. And besides sunning him and mentioning to him that you can always win another Brit Award, he tells him he'll be waiting for him at a show, and don't worry, he's his biggest fan. A very similar approach Kendrick took with Drake by saying, "Don't come to the Oakland show."
That ain't your flow, that's Cairo Keys. Mentioning me, go ride on Reese. Chat about P, but you didn't pay Ken's or props cause you won't let you slide in cheeks. I'll punch man's head off his neck, no problem. Tell him go find his teeth. Your man just fought her wearing a mask, you're mad, I ain't trying to be like YBs.
Okay, for me, the best part of the song, and there's a lot of juice here. That ain't your flow, that's Cairo Keys, mentioning me, go ride on Reese. So this is a lot. Cairo Keys was a guy that used to make music a lot with Central Cee back in the 2019 time. A lot of people said he jacked his style, but Cairo Keys, after falling out with him, kind of went and did his own thing, and is on a song with Drewski these days. Reese, though, is also the government name of Digga D, a guy that's notoriously beef with Central Cee, also from West London, just like him. Aitch mentions that he's bitten off of Cairo Keys, and if he's going to start a fight with someone, go start a fight with the person that you're already at war with. But the crazy one is talking about Central Cee's ex-girlfriend Kenza, who he made 2 songs, Obsessed With You and Commitment Issues, about. Kenza famously went on Instagram Live 6 months ago and mentioned that while Central Cee made these songs about her, he was actually using her and she was aware of it the whole time, and that they never actually slept together. And with more obvious physical violence threats, Aitch caps off the bar by saying he doesn't want to be 40 just like YB's, Central Cee's manager.
YB's wrote 1 verse since 022. Them ghostwriters made you a star. I can't lie though, it's making sense, cause we like your fit pics more than your bars. You built most your career on image, not enough lyrics. Me, I'm just goated. You got 100 man on your payroll, stood at the Brits and none of them voted.
So Aitch makes some more ghostwriting allegations and goes the route Drake did with ASAP Rocky by saying, "People appreciate you more for your fashion than your music." And in my opinion, I think the best punchline in all of this says that you might have 100 guys in your group, but not one of them voted for you on the Brit so you could beat me.
Shame, stop folding chorus, speaking my name, asking questions. Did I look better than Aitch? No, stay in your lane. Right. You just mad cause you can't beat me. For the past 6 years I've been opening doors, bringing the Brits up 2 years later. Fuck my life, you should go live yours.
More government names being revealed. Cora Delaney is actually the leader of a PR firm that deals with fashion for Central Cee. Aitch just happens to be a client and says, "Stop asking her about intel on me," and then ends it with the ad-lib that Central Cee always says, "Alright." Aitch brings up the fact that even though he's younger than Central Cee, he's been in the game much longer. And that if Central Cee is still upset over a Brit, it was 2 years ago, so get over it.
We both know that you're Aitch obsessed. I've been running since your entrance. Madeline ain't your ex, no. That's your cousin. The resemblance, you got Sloan looking like one auntie, and now Central shagging his family. Them Timberland boots won't save you. If I got Tim's on, I'm getting stamped. Yeah.
More allegations of Central Cee being obsessed with Aitch. And Aitch goes for a couple of real low blows here, mentioning Madeline RG, who 6 months ago also came out on TikTok and explained the full depths of her relationship with Central Cee. But like many comments said, looks just like Central Cee as well. So is there some cousin stuff going on there? Who knows? But the other low blow is about physical artist Sloan, who gave his baby to Central Cee to hold on stage while he performed. Calling him an auntie implies that he's using Sloan's kid as his own, but then goes on to say that he's actually getting it on with someone in Sloan's family. Politics, politics.
Clint was pissed cause Sench got beat by a white MC. Sench is as white as me. Been racist since like 013. Pussy, or why did you hide them tweets? How can you post some racist shit then try getting people to buy your tea? Everyone watch who you're championing cause that racist shit don't fly with me. Never.
I don't need to explain this bit too much, but this is just so good. Aitch calls him out and says he's as white as he is, and then brings up some racist tweets. The disses for Clint just keep coming by claiming that the reason Sench even wrote this line is probably because Clint got upset about Aitch and told him to write something. And hilariously, Aitch brings up the fact that Central Cee, who has had some ambiguity around his race, is actually whiter than he is. You gotta be pretty white to be whiter than this guy. He also brings up some racist tweets from 2013, and I'll be honest, I haven't seen these tweets, but you never know in this day and age. Aitch does have 4 more bars, but he kind of ends the verse by saying that he's not going to stand by any of that racist nonsense and he's his own guy. And to be fair, I believe him because he's had the opportunity to get called out in times like the Dutchavelli leak, and he actually ended up being a pretty sound guy.
You ain't broke, so why you still salty? So mad, but you're rich and famous. Cause I live rent free in your head, and I'm staying right here. I ain't worried about bailiffs. I wore those to a guy named what? Pussy, oh, you know what my name is.
Man from 21 with a milk. I need the same deal as Aitch's.
Aitch ends by mocking Central Cee by saying, if you've got so much money and you're so materialistic, why do you care about me? And this has been a theme with a lot of Central Cee's songs, that the topic's not really evolving over the past 5 years. But Aitch also says that he lives rent-free in his head, and the reference to bailiffs is actually a reference to the Chip and Stormzy diss tracks that happened over 3 years ago. And we finally get to why the song is called A Guy Named, because Aitch calls him out and says, "What's my name?" and plays a clip from Central Cee's second ever released song where he talks about referencing Aitch's record deal. So, listening to me yap about this song probably doesn't do the full thing justice, but go listen to it after you've watched this video and tell me this is not one of the best diss tracks you've heard come out of the UK. If you enjoyed this video, please like and follow me, and I'm here to do more diss tracks where I'm going to return back to my Rap Civil War series soon. I'll talk to you soon.